Hello there, you now with me, Shul Shamato, for TVS News at 5. Let's get to the headlines. Ministry of Science, Technology and Innovation, MOSTI, seeks to collaborate with Sarawak in the development of hydrogen and renewable energy sector. Its Minister Chang Lee Kang noted that Sarawak is already ahead of the other states and is now showing positive results in the field.
Yang kami telah bincangkan terutamanya apa potensi yang boleh kita kerjasama dan ada yang kita bincang tentang hydrogen economy. Kami juga banyak bincang tentang perkara-perkara lain seperti teknologi lain on renewable energy, on microalgae, on aviation fuel, etc. Banyak. Dia macam satu kelas sains lah. but kita dalam tu kita dapat explore lah banyak potensi di mana kita boleh kerjasama lah, termasuk juga dalam sektor semiconductor.
He said this after paying a courtesy visit to the Premier of Sarawak, Dato' Patiki Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunapeng at Wisma Bapa Malaysia on Friday. He added MOSTI is now spearheading the National Energy Transition Roadmap and Hydrogen Economy and Technology Roadmap. The ministry is pursuing the initiative as hydrogen is seen as a high-growth and a high-value industry, which is in line with the Madani Economy Framework announced by Prime Minister Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim. On Thursday, Chang visited the Petros multi-fuel station in Putrajaya. Swift action has been taken by the Sarawak Public Works Department to address the soil erosion at the Sungai Musa Bridge on Jalan Terkait Musa in Song Kapit. Works Minister Dato' Sri Alexander Nandalingi said the bridge was part of State Road and therefore the Sarawak Director was notified to ensure swift and effective action. In a Facebook update, Nanta informed that the matter was also brought to the attention of Deputy Premier Dr. Ahmad Douglas Uga Embas, who is also the Minister of Infrastructure and Port Development Sarawak, to expedite the matter. Early on Thursday, the 166-metre-long bridge located at the Terkait Musa Road in Song collapsed at 9:30 p.m., leaving residents and authorities alarmed. Subsequently, the road was cordoned off from the public for safety. On to the next highlight. Navigating the complexities of diverse environments and regulations in the energy industry can be challenging, but this challenge can be effectively addressed through professional education. Chief Executive Officer, CEO of Institute Technology Petroleum Petronas, or InStep, IDRIS Ibrahim, highlights the institution's commitment to overcoming these challenges through a sustainable approach, as demonstrated by their green agenda on campus.
So Malaysia is blessed also, I think. We do have some of the fields that, though now maybe all been extracted, can be used as a storage. Yeah. So I'm sure this is very interesting, but it's not easy. It may cost a lot of investment, but I think for the sake of environment, or for the sake of this, is important to have in our mind. If we don't do that, it may affect the license to operate, right? Petronas also involved in some of other renewable energy. For example, I mentioned to you on solar, and I mentioned to you about this place is also equipped with some solar. On Gentari is working together with us closely. And last but not least, we're talking about on the maintenance. We are also preparing what we call it remote autonomous operations. Yeah, we have tested some of those at our training plant as a test bed, and also we're preparing some of the training module to prepare the people who are going to run this later.
He said this in an exclusive interview with TVS at InStep Institute, located at Bukit Rakit, Kuala Terengganu, recently. The institute also promotes sustainable lifestyle choices among students.
In other words, we made it deliberately. It's not just simply, but create a module being part of the component being taught. in addition to what they see around them, there are many components that involve what we do in order to reduce our carbon footprint. Yeah. Some of our energy here derived from solar power. Yeah, we have almost 30% of the energy required for running InStep that's generated from our solar. Yeah. Second, students should be aware around them. All the lighting the rooms, the classrooms and everything, all this using low energy, bulb. Third, it is in front of them every day. For example, don't waste food, because otherwise it end up in the composter, because we produce compost that support the plants that we planted, using the waste food and convert it into composter. I'm not talking commercial game here, but getting to the mind of the learners they see around them every day.
InStep's 200-acre campus, located at Bukit Rakit, Kuala Terengganu, is powered by solar photovoltaic, a project in collaboration with Gentari, generating 1,826 megawatt-hours of clean energy per annum, which supplies 30% of InStep overall requirement. Furthermore, InStep has previously initiated food composting as part of its commitment to the From Food Waste to Resources concept. This initiative is estimated to compost approximately 15,000 kilograms of food waste annually. TEP is a 10-month pre-employment sponsorship program sponsored by Petronas Carigali Sarawak Asset and Sabah Asset. Recently, a total of 167 TEP core upstream students of batch 2022 from Sabah and Sarawak graduated, receiving certificates in projection, instrument, mechanical and electrical. Welcome back. Plantation and Commodities Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Fadila Yusof is scheduled to embark on an official visit to India from September 24 to 28, 2023. In a statement today, the Ministry of Plantation and Commodities said the visit is to strengthen bilateral ties and explore opportunities for collaboration in the plantation and commodity sector between both nations. The visit will also feature a series of high-level meetings with key government officials and other relevant stakeholders, focusing on discussions regarding trade, agriculture, food security and safety. One of the highlights of the visit will be engagements with the Telangana state government and the Telangana oil palm farmers and smallholders. Fadila will be accompanied by a high-level delegation, including representatives from the Malaysian Palm Oil Board, Malaysian Palm Oil Council, Malaysian Rubber Board and Federal Land Development Authority, or FELDA. Meanwhile, the ministry said during the visit, Fadila is also scheduled to attend the second Sustainable Vegetable Oil Conference organised in collaboration with the Council of Palm Oil Producing Countries. The conference will bring together key stakeholders in the vegetable oil industry to discuss global trends and sustainable practices. India is the fourth largest trading partner for Malaysia's agri-commodity sector. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim will deliver Malaysia's national statement at the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly. He is expected to begin his speech at the United Nations headquarters at 9:45 p.m. tonight. The Prime Minister is expected to share Malaysia's efforts in dealing with the climate crisis to achieve the 2030 agenda, the country's roadmap under the Malaysia Madani framework, as well as several other global issues. This is Anwar's first appearance as Prime Minister at the annual gathering. This year's theme for the general debate is rebuilding trust and reigniting global solidarity, accelerating action on the 2030 agenda and its Sustainable Development Goals (SDG) towards peace, prosperity, progress and sustainability for all. After the speech at UNGA, the Prime Minister will deliver a Friday sermon at the Islamic Culture Center of New York. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim's efforts to attract investors to Malaysia continued with separate meetings with four giant companies, namely Google, Boeing, Medtronic and Siemens Healthineers. In a statement issued by the Prime Minister's office, Anwar, who is also a finance minister, said these companies also expressed their desire to expand their operations and business in Malaysia. On Thursday morning, Anwar had a meeting and interaction with 15 Fortune 500 United States companies, including Airbnb, Amazon, Amazon Web Services, Boeing, ConocoPhillips, and Kimberly-Clark at the Harvard Club in New York. The opportunity was also used to exchange views related to economic needs of developing countries to be given a fairer opportunity, especially in the increasingly challenging world economic environment. Brazilian indigenous people erupted into celebration after a majority on Brazil's Supreme Court overwhelmingly voted against the cut-off date limiting indigenous land claims. Many of the demonstrators gathered outside the Supreme Court in Brasilia while waiting for the vote on a law that sought to block rights to land that indigenous people did not live on in 1988.
Feliz, a gente chora, a gente se emociona, porque a gente sabe que é só com território demarcado, só com o território indígena protegido que a gente vai conseguir impedir as mudanças climáticas de acontecer e proteger os biomas, porque nós somos responsáveis pela proteção dos biomas. Conseguimos superar de uma vez por todas a tese do marco temporal. O Supremo reconheceu o direito originário dos povos indígenas, algo que nós já víamos há anos dizendo que os povos indígenas são os verdadeiros donos dessa terra.
The Supreme Court stated that 9 of its 11 justices rejected the deadline because it counted constitutional guarantees on indigenous rights to ancestral lands. While 2 judges voted for the limit to end land conflicts and give farmers security on land settled over the years in Brazil's fast-expanding agricultural frontier. Indigenous leaders said the Supreme Court ruling was vital to resolve some 300 pending land recognition claims that will protect the communities from land grabbers, invasion by illegal loggers and wildcat gold miners. And those were the updates on TVS News at 5. I'm Shulsh Metro. Thank you for watching.